Hello and welcome back. We have our first ARC video in quite a minute. There's been a lot of issues with the Prime Nemesis playthrough. We've actually switched maps that didn't really fix anything in the long term, and to be honest, I'm not going to get into it right now. Today, we are on Ragnarok, my first ever true playthrough on Ragnarok. And we are taming a couple of Gigas, a mate pair. These are Evo Gigas, which means they have a very different taming method. Basically, you have to walk up to one with a Giga Heart in your inventory, and it will challenge you to a fight, and you have to tank a lot of damage until it knocks itself out through exhaustion. I have one veggie cake. That's a whole nother issue. Bees on single player Ragnarok apparently aren't spawning. These are not spawning very often, and there are no beehives that I can find anywhere in the redwoods. Eventually, I was able to find a bee. And I got a hive set up, but at the time I recorded this, it had not been set up long, and I only have one veggie cake. But we have wyvern milk, and that's pretty much going to carry us. These are bred up, imprinted paleo stegos. They each have, I think, 16 and 17,000 health. And with the wyvern milk, I think we can make it. And it's a male and a female, so we should be mate boosted, which I think is going to help with the damage reduction along with the imprint. The first one we're taming is actually right near my base in the Highlands. It spawned in actually like right after I started the playthrough. It's been spawned in for the last couple weeks. It is a max level female Giga. The idle animations are crazy now. It just stands around and it sniffs the air and does all sorts of stuff. It was at this point I got a little bit nervous because I noticed, and you can probably see it now, there is another Giga that has spawned in. It's a 150 male. But we're going to continue because we're already here. So it's going to sniff out the heart, and we're about to start the taming process. And there we go. That's how it's done. A couple things. Now that I'm watching this back, I realized I never actually gave my second stego of the wyvern milk, and we did not need to take that much damage. So that's unfortunate. Fortunately, the second Giga did not come in this direction. That would have screwed this entire taming up, but it went back, so we're good now. And yeah, that's all you gotta do. You just gotta tank damage. I started attacking it because if you can get it to rage, it's just a stomp attack, and it gains 5,000 torpor every time it lands the stomp attack. So you actually get more torpor faster if you can get it to rage, which is why I started attacking it eventually, because I wanted it to rage. And we just gotta wait for it to tame up. Thought I would check on this guy while I was waiting on her to finish up. Fortunate that he didn't come this way. But eventually, 25 minutes later, we got ourselves a 2-2-4 female Giga. I do love how these look. 46 points in the health. That's pretty good right there. Also like how they have, you can turn in place. I think every dino needs this. I don't like having to like turn around like I'm driving a bus. Okay. We're about to jump right into taming the second Giga. It's a 140 male. Okay, so the second one we're taming is a 140. You might be asking, why didn't you tame the 150? It's right next to your base. And this one is actually also in the Highlands, closer to the wyvern scar. But it's got more points into health and health and damage right off the bat. And I was like, I'm gonna actually tame this one. It's only 10 levels lower. We have another stego that we brought up. It's a male to go with the female, so we're mate boosted. I have 4 or 5 veggie cakes this time, and I also have the spring drakeling, because the spring drakeling has an ability will heals you and the dino you're riding faster. It gives you a healing buff. You can see it right there. So I'm hoping between the veggie cakes I now have and the drakeling that maybe we don't lose a stego in this attempt. But we're going to have to wait and see. It's right over here. It's like down the hill, not too far from the wyvern trench, which isn't a great area, but we're going to make it work. This is a much cooler way to tame a Giga than just a standard shooter with a bunch of tranks. Having to stress over trying to not lose a dino while you're getting attacked by a really large lizard that's really... Here we go. Look at that, we're not even using stego. That's impressive. Something odd's gonna happen here. I don't know what, but if you look right there, it fell halfway through the map. First it fell on my stego, then it fell through the map. But if you notice, its food is draining, like, rapidly. And now it's starving, like it has no points in food. I don't know what happened, and I haven't had it happen again. But it's effectively going to insta-tame here, because it has no food. And I've tamed up a couple more Gigas because I've had some issues, and I had to go tame some more. There you go. And that hasn't happened. So I don't know what happened with this one. I don't know if maybe because I fell on my dino, because it fell through the map. Partially, I don't know, but yeah, he insta-tamed. But I'm not going to complain. It came out as a 209 with 44 into its health and 39 into its attack. Not bad. Not amazing. We will take it. And we now have a mate pair of Gigas on Ragnarok. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I will catch you in the next one.